Good morning, Big Brother fans. It is Tuesday, August 3rd, right? Yes. And I did the math, and I think it's day 28 in the Big Brother house. It's only day 28, guys. We got to get to, I think it's 80-some, or close to 80 days. Maybe between 70 and 80. I don't remember what the math said. But we got a long ways to go. And we've got Whitney basically done for the week. So what the heck do I talk about? There's lots to talk about. There's been lots of planning and plotting and scheming, and it's the endurance competition. So who's going to win? And I can already take out a couple of names that I don't think are going to win. So I still haven't done my post about the type of endurance competition it could be. I'm going to get to that maybe, but Thursday's still a long ways off. So again, I think I said it. It has to be one that's going to accommodate 11 people. So I really think it's going to be the wall. But I just want to talk about what else it could be, so we don't get all complacent and assuming what's going to happen on Big Brother and expecting the expected. But let's assume it's the wall, or let's assume it's any kind of endurance competition that involves standing. We've got Sarah Beth, who skinned up her leg working out with Kylan, I think Sunday morning, or at some point on Sunday, I believe. She had a good big old rug burn on the front of her shin. Now, I don't know how painful it really is, or if it's just kind of icky. But if it's painful to stand on for too long, she might be one of those ones that kind of goes like, I gotta go, my leg's hurting me too bad. The other person that I just discovered this morning had an issue, is Azah. She was walking gingerly up the stairs, and it turns out, I'm like, when did she hurt her leg? She's complaining about her knee being a mess. It's like, wait a minute, when did this happen? She fell down, I guess, during the power veto competition. It sounded like what I read from one of the live feed folks is she may have been ahead of Christian in whatever the power veto competition was, and she fell and hurt her knee. I don't know if they'll show it on the show Wednesday or not, but that's what I read. So she may have a bad knee, and that may be hard to stand on during any kind of a competition. And really, she is very slender, very light. Now, she's tall, so the wall might be a bit difficult for her because of the height, but her weight and her total body mass is light, and so that would be an advantage for her. But if her knee is really hurting her, she might not be able to compete. And she's one that I've kind of ruled out as a possibility, but now that I'm talking to myself, I'm like, wait a minute, she's fairly light, and light people do well on hanging kinds of competitions, although this is a little bit different from a straight-up hang. But ones where you have to hang and hold your body weight, it's easier for people that are light to hold themselves because it's less mass, and it just is. So, if you remember, I'm going back in time, I think Danielle Reyes won the spider web hanging competition in Big Brother 7, where she had to hang. That one sticks into my mind as far as one that I wouldn't necessarily have thought she would win, but the hanging part isn't as difficult for people that are very light. All right, so what else? Alliances are being solidified, rehashed, revisited, and I really think the Cookout Alliance is in solid control right now. They seem to be, this is what we're going to do. We may have to cut, even Tiffany is saying she may have to cut Claire over her own people because she's worried that she thinks Claire might be the first one. She thinks Claire may figure out the Cookout Alliance quickly, and so she may have to get rid of her sooner than later. But again, Claire's safe till jury, so we've got 2 more evictions yet. And we got 1 more really because Whitney's gone. But for right now, I've not heard any of these house guests say anything that indicates they suspect that the Cookout Alliance exists. I don't know when the light bulb is going to flick on, but when it does, it's going to probably shine pretty brightly, and people are going to go like, "Oh crap!" And it may be way too late at that point. So that's what's going on there. What else to talk about? As much as I say a lot's going on, there's not a whole lot to talk about yet until Thursday. I don't want to sit here and rehash and go over all these different possible twists and turns when it's really coming down to Thursday. Let's see who's got the head of household, and then we'll know what's going to go on. Sarah Beth is on a lot of tongues right now. She is a lot of people's target. Pretty much, in my opinion, because that's who Tiffany wants to go after. I really feel like Tiffany is in solid control and guiding the narrative of at least a good portion of this house. Now, there are people that aren't saying Sarah Beth's name. Alyssa and Christian certainly aren't. Christian and Derek X had a conversation where one of them was saying, they think we're going to go against each other, and as long as we don't, we're safe. I don't know how true that is, but at least for right now, man, Christian and Derek are not being mentioned by people. It's Sarah Beth that's really being mentioned heavily by people, which is just kind of funny because it's like, is she that big of a threat? I don't think she is. She's a threat. They're all threats. That's the thing. There aren't many players that you can list that say, that's an easy out. They're running out of easy outs. Brittany is not being mentioned again, but Brittany, I think, is seen as, we can get rid of her anytime. She is an easy out. So I just say there isn't any, then I mention Brittany. Brittany's name hasn't really been coming up a whole lot. I mean, she's an alternate. She's always back there in the back as we couldn't get rid of our main target, so let's get rid of Brittany. That's where I guess Brittany is at this point. She's the, we can get her out whenever. Whenever we need a wild card, let's throw her into the batch to get rid of her. I do think somebody was talking about to get rid of Sarah Beth, they might put up Kylan against Sarah Beth because they think Kylan might be the strongest advocate to keep Sarah Beth from the cookout. And this was cookout members. I think it was Derek Frazier maybe saying we should put up Kylan against Sarah Beth. But all right, that's enough of that. I'm keeping it brief this morning just because otherwise I'll be talking in circles, and I don't want to bore you guys. And I think that more people listen if I don't make it too long. I don't know. I'm up in the air. Also, I have a conundrum of my YouTube lives. There are some of you that are very dedicated, but I'm not getting many people watching it. And so part of me is like, all right, is Twitch better? Should I give Twitch a try again? It's been a month basically, and definitely YouTube Live is not getting the kind of views that Periscope was, and I was really ticked off with Twitch, but maybe I should give Twitch another try again, just because I miss that interaction, and I appreciate the people. I knew Nona specifically. We had a whole conversation going home yesterday, but at the same point, I want to give more people the opportunity to talk, and I want to see I'm getting more interaction with people, and I'm not getting a ton of views after the fact on YouTube Live. I mean, we're talking, total of 75 views after a week on some of my YouTube Lives. That is nothing. That is very few people to touch when I'm getting, on the order of easily 500 or 600 or 700 people will listen to this CarCast today. So it's like, I want to have a little bit more interaction, and it's not a monetization thing. Trust me, that's not it. It's not about making more money. I don't think I'm going to make money off of Twitch versus YouTube Live. That's not what it's about. It's actually just about the feeling of, I'm actually interacting with people. So it's a self-gratification thing. All right, enough of that rambling. I think I'm done. I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm almost at work anyways, but thank you to my patrons. Aaron, new patron, signed up on Sunday. Aaron, who I did not know. I just read your message today, Aaron, that she left a comment, because it was a comment as opposed to a message. That's the difference. I hadn't sent Aaron a message yet saying thank you for becoming a patron, and she left a comment, I think, on my patron page, which I just saw, that it's Aaron from Memphis. Aaron, Breakfast with Memphis, Aaron, or Mornings with Memphis. That's what it was. Mornings with Memphis. She would post pictures of herself watching Memphis on the live feeds, and we talked about it on our Big Brother Gossip show a few times. And it was kind of a little thing that went on for, I don't know, it went on for a month or two, maybe the last month or two, whatever it was. It was very cool, it was like a fun thing that went on. And so it was like, oh my gosh. And so she became a patron, and that was very cool of you, Aaron. I appreciate it. it's a comment that's on the Patreon page, so it's not like it's not a private thing. So I'm not too worried about commenting on it publicly. But that was very cool of you. I appreciate it, and thank you very much. And it's good to know that you listen to this. I just don't know who all listens to this. Obviously, I know a few people. Hang on. I'm going to pause this because I'm driving by it must have been a car accident or something. 1 second. Okay. Not a bad car accident, but just a car pulled over by a couple of different police cars, and I thought maybe something had happened, but I think it's okay. Anyways. Oh, hell, I totally lost my train of thought, and I unfortunately can't go back to listen to what I was talking about other than patrons. So, thank you again, Aaron, and to all my patrons and anybody else listening. Appreciate it. And shameless plug at the end. If you would like to become a patron, you can go to patreon.com/BBGOSSIP and sign up. It's a monthly thing. It is not a per episode thing. And I think I've said enough about that. And I'm going to tell you all to have a wonderful day. It is a beautiful day here in Indiana. It is right now a whopping 64 degrees, low humidity. Yeah, it's a nice day. Don't think we're going to get any rain, which for a while there we were getting a lot, but we haven't had any for a while. But it's beautiful day for August especially. I imagine it's going to be in the 70s today, and that is nice compared to 90s with high humidity that we usually have in August. So I'm sure those days are still yet to come this month. All right, pulling into the garage. Be well. Take care. Thank you. See ya. Bye-bye.